Hi, I'm Paddycake, and this is my best friend, Brent. We've been besties for a while now, and one of the things we bonded over was our shared love of Madlibs. On Christmas a few years ago, Brent pitched the idea to me to create a show where we use AI art to accentuate the humor of Madlibs. 3 weeks later, we started filming, and we haven't stopped since. Through this project, we hope to share our weird humor and to highlight both the unexpected beauty and complete absurdity of AI-generated art. Welcome to MidJourney Madlibs. Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in and make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake. Welcome to Paddycake Games and another episode of MidJourney Madlibs. With me, as always, is my best friend and my co-host, Brent. How you doing?
I'm great.
Awesome. All right, well, we're not going to waste any time. You guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into those Madlibs. We then take the Madlibs, we run them through MidJourney, we create art, we get together, we share it with each other, and we laugh. And that's the show. And we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video. There's a button just for you. It's a thumbs up button. It just means that you like the video. And if you're doing that, you might as well look right next to it and click on the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and it certainly helps out the channel. And if you really want to be thorough, you can click the notification bell. That lets you know when new videos get posted to the channel. If you want to be really thorough and join the community, there's a link to the Discord. Come and join the Discord. We have a growing community there of really cool people, and they love talking about all kinds of stuff. But come by. It's really fun. Are you drinking a beer?
Yeah, it's a warm-up beer.
A warm-up beer?
You know, like before you are gonna do some sort of event or entertaining thing, you want to warm up and you need a warm-up beer.
Oh, like pre-gaming.
I guess. I mean, I read it somewhere.
Well, I've often said, and actually we've had this conversation before, that pre-gaming before going out in your 20s and 30s, that means you're drinking a little bit before you leave the house. So you already have a little bit of a buzz when you get to the bar. At our age, pre-gaming means taking ibuprofen before you go out to the concert.
and maybe even a multivitamin. So
Yeah,
you can
that's true.
handle that alcohol.
But I'm going first tonight. Let's get right back into it. I'm super excited about this. My Madlib is called the Hippie Shack. Now, remember I said on Monday that I ended up choosing 2 Madlibs that both had to do with clothing? I didn't realize this one had to do with clothing. I thought it was going to be about some house where people go and hang out, and it's called the Hippie Shack. No, it's about a clothing store called the Hippie Shack. So get ready for more outfits. All right, so here's the Hippie Shack. Are you a hippie wannabe? If so, visit the Hippie Shack.
Wow.
I mean, this looks like a place that I want to hang out during, Renfest.
Yeah. No.
If somebody had a tent like this with a big seating area, I'd be like, yeah, I want to go hang out in there. That's pretty cool.
I almost feel like whatever's the ground, the carpeting, whatever, is on top of something cushioned as well.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's pretty groovy. I'd hang out here.
Where's the hookah?
Right? Look, there should be a hookah in there. They'll outfit you from head to pig nose in the colorful, simply ghastly clothing.
Well, they nailed that.
It's colorful and ghastly. And
that
it's a pig nose.
Wow.
Yeah, so I can't tell if that's actually her face or if it's a mask. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, that's a lot of very conflicting colors, even on the same garment.
Yes. They'll outfit you from head to pig nose in the colorful, simply ghastly clothing worn by those ironing board loving flower squid of the 60s.
Okay,
I mean,
so
is it not a flower?
MidJourney
Is it not a flower squid from the 60s?
Yeah. And MidJourney has as much trouble with ironing boards as it does with irons.
Yes.
I tried to get it to make clothing irons, and nothing even looked a little bit like an iron.
Well, what's funny is if you look really closely at the way they're holding this ironing board, it has a strap that goes over one shoulder, and one hand is underhand under the neck like they're holding a guitar. So it's almost
Yeah.
like it's a musician holding an ironing board, whatever the hell that is. I don't know what this is.
Well-
It doesn't look like anything.
Maybe it's like, they have washboards, instruments, maybe in their culture they have ironing board.
That's true. We don't know anything about squid culture. Perhaps this is an ironing board in their culture. We suggest starting with the basic bell-bottom toe shoes.
Wow. Sometimes you hear a phrase and you think, how are they going to make that work? And
There we go.
they do.
They made it work. They're so weird. And I feel like you would be really clumsy wearing them.
I mean, me personally or anyone?
Anyone, but you definitely.
'cause-
And definitely me.
And these heels, they look very off. And I'm sure they are stable and flat, but the way it's built, it almost looks like it's breaking. But I think it has a flat bottom. It's
So weird.
It's like someone who's trying to fake you out.
It's preferably a vintage pair with wagon-shaped patches sewn over the holes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
I mean, I thought we were still talking about shoes.
Yeah, but apparently it's a sweater. They didn't give any pictures of shoes with patches on them. Although if they did, and first of all, if you have toe shoes and you sew patches over the holes, you basically have just made paperweights.
Yeah, put your feet in them. So I felt the same way. So I'm glad it reinterpreted. It's also, I would wear that.
You would wear that?
I mean, not quite as tight, possibly, but yeah, I like it.
Then select any tutu with fringe, tie-dye, or a psychedelic ashtray pattern.
Oh my goodness!
It's
Sometimes
pretty
it
cool.
gives you exactly what you ask for.
Yeah, and there's no ashtrays on it, but I mean, it's still cool.
It is. I mean, I think the most problematic thing for me is whatever's going on with the socks.
The sock.
And
You mean like the whole thing, or just the fringe at the bottom? Because the fringe at the bottom kind of weirds me out.
Well, the fluffy, it looks like the fringe is actually on the top of the sock and it hangs down to the ground.
Yeah.
Or feathers. It just seems like they get dirty.
They probably would. You can accessorize to your big hairy mole's consent.
It looks like it has eyes.
I know.
And
It
I
actually-
want to know what else is growing out of his face.
Well, it looks like he has a piercing right here, like it's a little ring. And then, but also it kind of looks like he has chains in his beard, which is weird. It's very, very weird.
Or leather braided or braided things.
The mole on his nose, it almost looks like a metal slug that's stuck in his nose.
Yeah.
Like a
He
forge
accessorized it.
accident. Yeah, forge accident.
No, no.
Oh, he accessorized it. You're right.
Accessorized his mole.
You're correct.
It's
You're
a
correct.
cap. It's like a mole cap. Or, a mole ring.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to stop.
We have some zany belts and adorable jewelry with the piece Ossicat prominently displayed.
Okay. That's the piece Ossicat. I mean, oh, wow. The hands are... It's funny because I tell Finn all the time. I look at his feet. I'm like, Finn, you have fingers.
Well, there you
Because
go.
he's got like these very long, he looks like he has little fingers for real.
Now, what's funny is the piece Ossicat is clearly displayed on the belt as well, because there's a little character patch on the belt that shows like someone almost in the same position. So yeah, there we go. Or
That is.
you can wear strings of beaded cheesy poofs, and we have scarves that wrap around your elbow.
More than your elbow. And
Too
What a
much.
scarf that is.
Too much! It's too much!
Okay, so if this was the Winter Olympics and this was like someone from the opening or closing ceremonies, like I could totally get into this.
Yeah, but
Especially since the lower portion of them look like they're in black.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they were doing some kind of a show with black lights,
Yeah, you would mostly
all
just
you
see
would
the top.
see
Yeah. You just see the flowers and stuff.
I've what have I done? I've tried to normalize this horrid thing.
Don't normalize this. No one needs to normalize this. So trust us. When you step out of the flexing room in your cool new threads. Or you know, or fall forward out of it, whichever.
I mean, this is taking a pop locking like to the next level,
Right? He's got to be the limbo champion. There's just no way anyone can beat him.
I mean, but even like if we're pretending like he's actually posing like this for like a second, the strength it would take to keep yourself like that balanced.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Not even possible.
And also
it's
like
completely impossible.
His arm just doesn't look like it could do that, but if it can, yeah, he's a contortionist.
No,
for
the
sure.
hand is backwards. The hand on the arm would be backwards. So yeah, his hand is completely backwards. You'll not only look like a groovy hair bow, you'll feel pretty shiny too.
Oh my. Oh my. And the sad part is, I grew up Pentecostal and not quite this elaborate, but I have seen hairstyles that were in this genre.
They would use the hair as their accessory. Their hair would be the bow.
I mean, there'd be like basket braids, and I mean, it was pretty elaborate, but that's out there. And I love it. She's like,
I love it.
Like,
Look at my hair. I'm fabulous. That's it. You want to see honorable mentions now? Let's talk about toe shoes. So, vintage bell-bottom toe shoes. Here's example number 1.
that is really cool. It seems a bit odd.
How do you wear these exactly?
Well, I'm thinking like maybe like your big toe goes on one side and your other toes go on the other side.
And then just hang off the edge, like with no support underneath them.
Maybe they just barely poke out.
And I love the heel. The heel is like a hole, like a circle.
Yeah. No,
That's
that is
interesting.
really cool. I don't know how practical it would be or how
it
well
seems
would
like
stand up to constant walking.
Yeah, it seems like it would break
without
very
some
easily.
kind of support.
This girl.
I always hate when women's shoes fit them like that.
It's like, girl, come on, do something about your ankles. That looks so uncomfortable. And it almost looks like she has her hands down inside shoes. She's like leaning over a couch.
Like, but I mean, aside from her broken-looking ankles, I've seen women who wear it's like their heels are too big for them, and there's like these loose spots, and I feel like they're supposed to be snugger. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know shoes.
Well, here's our last toe shoe example.
Oh wow!
For those of you that want platform shoes and want your platforms to be made out of wood, here you go. Wooden platform shoes.
They are very interesting.
They remind me, and this is a weird take, but they make me think of cockroaches.
Know exactly what they make me think of. I was
Okay,
about
good.
to say they look like insects with antennae, and then I realized what has that body, and I'm like, oh, gross.
Good. You can accessorize to your big hairy mole's consent, precious.
Oh, I almost spewed. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, this is also the same prompt. You can accessorize to your big hairy mole's content.
Oh my gosh, it is so cute. And also, not quite a mole, but I'm down. I think that is so cute.
And that is it for my Madlib tonight.
It is a mystery what Patrick has in store for us.
Yeah, I
For
kicked around.
the middle of the round.
Yeah, I kicked around several different ideas. I'm really had trouble deciding what I wanted to do this season, but I think I settled on something, and I think it's kind of cool. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to It's Blend, the game show where we take weird images from last season, put them all in a blender, and make them even weirder. So let's see what we've got for this episode. First of all, it's going to be from episode 4. Yes? Yes. Episode 4. And whose Madlib is it going to be? It's going to be my Madlib from episode 4. And image number 4. Image number 4. Which is... Ah, yes. Mariah Carey, Goddess of Wine. So let's see what we're going to be blending this with. Oh, it looks like it's going to be from episode 3. And this time it's going to be Brent's Madlib. And image number 10. What was this? No. Yes. Flabby accusations. Make sure that none of your accusations are flabby or you will lose the game of Clue. Now what happens when we mix flabby accusations with the Mariah Carey Goddess of Wine? We get Mariah Carey's flabby accusations. That was fun. Let's do another one. This one is from episode 2. No, sorry, episode 1. And it's going to be my Madlib again. And image number 11. Ah, yes, the crows loving in their gloves. What else do we have? From episode 12. Brent's Madlib. And image number 5. Episode 12, Brent's Madlib, image number 5, and it is Harryhausen's Cosmo Quiz. So what happens when we combine Loving in Their Gloves with Harryhausen's Cosmo Quiz? Oh my! It's Harryhausen's Love and Glove Quiz. But we're not done here. Let's see what happens when we blend those. Ah! It's Mariah Hausen's Flabby Lovin' Quiz. So will they blend? Yes! These will blend. They're weird, but I like them. There you go.
Well,
I hope you liked it.
I certainly want to see more of that and watch it evolve.
Okay. But it's your turn now. What you got for us?
I found a Madlib that I bought years ago, like way before we even thought about the show. And it was a big 5-packer, and it was like a Christmas one. And
Okay.
I'm like, this is it's a trove. And I talked about it with Patrick last week, and I was like, oh man, like I can't use that. And he goes, who cares when you do it? But then I thought, I bet there's stories in there that aren't Christmassy. So yeah, it was winter stuff.
Oh, great.
Figures
Well, you can
game.
make us pine for the cooler days because it's starting to get summer here, guys.
As a crowd of more than 19,000 buildings filed into the hopefully designed auditorium.
You know, they had to be
Yeah.
hopeful. Oh, wow, that's interesting architecture. I guess they were very hopeful they could fit that many buildings into a building.
Well, yeah, and it never gave me anything like buildings. You know, saying, oh, these are buildings,
Right.
you know, or anything that looked like buildings going into a building. So basically, I just picked my favorites of a series of very awesome venues. I mean,
That is a cool.
don't-
This makes me think of like the Guggenheim or something like that. You know, that sort of has that flowy architecture to it. I don't know how to describe it.
that bitch, Rhonda, our foot skating champion, went through her warm-up beer.
Oh, okay. So she had to have a warm-up beer. Gotcha. Like you.
Yeah.
Oh, Rhonda. What are you doing, girl? Not gonna lie, she looks like she's having fun.
This outfit is absolutely hysterical.
And her skates actually look like they're kind of roller skates. Like,
Yeah.
they don't look like
There's
ice skates.
a lot of hybrid skates in this. For the first time in her complicated life, the champion felt frightened and unruly.
Oh, okay. Poor girl. Frightened and unruly, and so she's just sitting on her butt. With,
On her weird
skates that... And where are her arms? She doesn't have arms. Why doesn't she have arms?
Okay. Moving on. No. As the music began, the champion took a troubled breath, smoothed the ruffles of her lasagna, and started to scoot.
Go ahead, girl. With that big lasagna that's been flattened, and straightened.
It looks like the lasagna's on a wheeled cart.
Right, it does. And it doesn't really look like lasagna. It looks kind of like a sticky toffee pudding.
It's a sticky toffee lasagna.
Those skates she's wearing. So, like, she has, like, a big, huge wheel on one foot, and the other foot has, like, wheels on top of the foot. Very confusing. Very confusing. I don't see how those work.
Just as she feared, when it came time for her most piping hot jump, a triple shotgun.
Oh, I love it. That needs to be an Olympic sport. Jumping shotgun trick shots.
On ice skates.
On ice skates. But they have to wear these outfits when they do it because it doesn't work otherwise.
There needs to be a lot of smoke. Like, She lost her balance and landed with a thump on her hot tub.
Well, there's worse places to land. Still got her skates on and everything. She's just like, oh, hot tub time. Who cares? Or maybe it's like special shoes. It's special shoes to walk on the water because it looks like they have like pontoon things around them. It's weird.
It's very, very odd, and this is a very, very elaborate hot tub. And
Agreed.
I don't understand the seat that she's sitting on.
I don't either. It doesn't look very comfy. And why would you sit out of the water?
She stood up bravely, brushed the ice off her needle, and finished her wild routine.
Oh, God. Girl, don't run with that. That's dangerous.
And also, what is up with these dresses that have almost nothing in the front and these big floppy
Right?
back ends? And she's not even pretending to wear skates.
No, she's just wearing high-heeled shoes and leaping with a giant hypodermic needle. Girl, what are you doing?
The crowd gave her a 5-minute standing prank.
Oh, poor thing. Why would you? Oh, now he's a dude. It's a dude wearing a dress.
Well, no.
Skating.
I think that this is the prank. Like, all of these guys run out there and, like, pretend to be her. You'll see. Even though she realized she had lost the competition, she knew she had won the hearts and punch bowls of every gunk in the auditorium.
Okay.
I ultimately chose this one because it was just so over the top. Like, she just suddenly is like, I'm the darling because I got it from the hot tub.
Well, she also looks like she had graffiti drawn on her for some reason. She has like writing on
Or
her
a hot
chest,
dog.
or
I think
yeah,
a
like
hot dog got thrown at her.
yeah, and mustard running down her arm, and yeah, some schmutz on her leg there. And there's a dude in the background that's apparently videotaping it with a very old clamshell phone.
It's time for some honorable mentions. And oh, they are so great. There she is.
She's straightening her lasagna, smoothing out the lasagna. Yeah, very important task of ice skating. The lasagna looks like it's on some sort of platform that's designed to skate across the ice, so it's part of the show. It's all part of the show.
Dining on Ice.
Sponsored
by Chef Boyardee. That bitch Rhonda.
Oh,
Our foot skating
my
champion.
God.
Went through her warm-up here.
So we should probably have just a small side story just explaining that bitch Rhonda, okay? So
we should.
all right, so over a couple of weeks ago, we had a weekend away, a bunch of friends of ours, and we were playing a game called the Game of Things, where a category is named and everybody writes down something that goes in that category. It can be truthful, it can be ridiculous, just whatever you want to put.
Yeah.
And the category one round was things that give you a headache, and I had to read the round, and it was my answer. And so it's like, things that give you a headache, that bitch Rhonda. And everybody thought that was the funniest thing.
She was completely made up.
Yeah, totally made it up. But I didn't last very long. I think you're the one that said, I think that bitch Rhonda is Patrick's. Like, damn it, yeah. But anyway, that she may end up making a regular appearance during this season because that was a very fond memory for us.
And this is hilarious too.
My God, she is.
I think she's had warm-up beer.
No, she's had several warm-up beers. This is just the one that she's carrying currently. Damn, girl.
She needs to go home. For the first time in her complicated life, the champion felt frightened and unruly.
Oh, she definitely looks frightened. Oh my God. And it looks like she has like Vaseline all over her.
Or plastic.
Maybe plastic,
like
yeah.
Clear plastic? I don't know. It's very weird. As the music began, the champion took a troubled breath, smoothed the ruffles of her lasagna, and she started to scoot.
So when she smoothed that lasagna, she got that cheese everywhere. And she broke both of her she broke both of her legs at the same time.
Or she melted? I don't know. It's very
I think her and the girl from my Madlib on Monday who was leaping and her legs just like flipped backwards. They should probably team up and do a 2-man show.
So yes, this is when she stood up bravely, brushed the ice off her needle, and finished her wild routine.
Well, it's certainly a wild routine because I'm pretty sure her legs are broken too. And she's wearing ballet shoes while ice skating. That's not wise.
Even though she realized she had lost the competition, she knew she had won the hearts and punch bowls of every gunk in the auditorium.
Look at all them punch bowls.
And they're small, but apparently this kind of punch isn't really.
Well, I mean,
punch.
it could also
like
be
a
that
liquor or a liqueur.
Well, she also may have just swiped all of Rhonda's beers. Just poured them.
I don't know. These are pretty ornate.
They are very ornate.
I had so much fun with that.
That was brilliant. I loved it. It's the second episode. Do you know what that means, Brent?
Sorry. I think I do, because it answers that question I just asked.
Yeah. It's time to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Hope it don't suck. That is right. It's time to spin the wheel for the first time in season 4 to find out what our art themes are going to be like in next week's episodes of MidJourney Madlib. So we're going to spin it 4 times, twice for me, twice for Brent, and that'll tell us what themes we have to use. Now remember, we do have a style blend on the wheel as well, and if we land on the style blend, then we have to combine a style from this wheel with a style blend from a second wheel, and then merge them together in an unholy abomination of hilarity. Okay, Brent, I'm going to start with you. Here is your first art theme of season 4.
I'm really oddly excited.
You got a style blend right off the bat.
Okay, that is the first for me. Sometimes I get all the way to almost in the last 3 episodes before I get one. So
all right, so let's find out what your first theme is.
Game
Tim Burton films.
So you would think that this was Patrick's idea.
No, it was his.
But I just thought of it like, oh crap, we haven't done this. This is a good one. So yay.
Okay, and let's see what you are combining Tim Burton's aesthetic with.
It's so close.
IKEA instructions.
I cannot wait to see.
That's gonna be weird.
This. I can't wait.
All right, and here's your second art theme of the season. Lottie Laserstein. I know you wanted her on the wheel. You got her. My first art theme of the season is spaghetti westerns.
And that's one of Patrick's.
Yep, sure is.
Cool.
And
Weird.
my
Is that
second
place still
art
open?
theme. I don't. Yeah, I think it is. It's still listed on Uber Eats. All right. And my second art theme of the season is Courier and
Oh!
that was
Wow, I
loud.
thought we were going to get a double style blend. Sorry.
Courier Knives. That's pretty cool. That's very iconic. I'm into that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be it. That's our art themes for next week's episodes.
Yes. How did you like my ode to Tanya Harding? I mean, what?
What? That was wild. I will never get over that bitch Rhonda with that helmet on. That's a great. That could be a T-shirt. That could be
I
a
know.
T-shirt. Just maybe.
We shall see you next week. We do remind you, please like us, subscribe, tell your friends, share us with, anybody who likes to laugh.
And come join the
we will
Discord.
see you. Yes, that too.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Like and subscribe.
The algorithm demands it.